This is the Healthy Business Podcast, the show for ambitious business owners who want to grow and scale in a healthy way. I'm Sarah Cook, and I'll be sharing with you tips, inspiration, and proven methods from leading business experts, entrepreneurs, and health and wellness professionals to help you grow your business with more income and having more impact, but in a way that works for you. Because when you have clarity and strategy, you can achieve the results you want. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Healthy Business Podcast. This is Sarah Cook, and I'm going to be sharing with you 6 essentials you need to scale to 6 figures. Now, that 6-figure mark is one of those kind of targets that so many people are striving for when they are running their own business. So I thought it'd be useful to share a little bit about my journey to 6 figures, but also the things that I have found so important to have in place when you are looking to grow and scale. So even if you feel like that 6-figure mark is a long way off, take a listen to this because it is so important to start thinking about that, especially when you're looking to grow, because having these essentials in place from an earlier stage rather than waiting until you get to the 6 figures is really, really key when you are efficiently growing your business. And none of us want to have burnout. None of us want to kind of have an income roller coaster. We want to have that sustainable business. So I'm going to be sharing with you not just how you can scale to 6 figures, but also how you can maintain that and not have those sort of super sharp incomes one month and then drop right down the next month. This is all about sustainability so that you know exactly where you're at. It also means that you're not going to head to burnout, which is something that I'm super passionate about as well. So today, as I said, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 essentials you need to scale to 6 figures. Now, I would love your thoughts on this. As you're listening, take a note of things, send me some feedback, leave a review. It is so important that we get this message out to as many people. So feel free to share this with a peer of yours or someone that you know who needs to hear this, that is wanting to scale their business to 6 figures as well. Okay, so we are going to start with systems and processes. Now, a lot of people, and I've been speaking to lots of people over the last few weeks as we kickstart the new year, and they feel like they've been winging it. And that is okay, especially when you are at the early stages of your business. But when we're starting to grow and scale, we are wearing all of those different hats. And if we don't have some kind of systems and processes in place, then you feel like you are running around chasing your tail all the time. You feel like you're not having enough time. You're feeling just exhausted. And we don't want you to be doing that. I'm all about keeping things simple and making things as efficient as possible as well. So even if you've got a small amount of time, we can be super effective with that. And systems and processes will absolutely help you with that as well. So this can be something really simple. So as you're maybe onboarding a new client, or you have, a product, once someone buys a product and it goes through to you actually fulfilling that order, you have a process that you follow. Now, keeping a documentation of that, so that, if you get sick or, if you decide to take a holiday and someone's coming in to fill for you, there is a process that can easily be followed. So that is one reason that you want to have systems and processes in place. But also, as you start growing and starting to outsource things, maybe you're getting a VA, maybe you're getting some support in different ways. Knowing how to pass that on will save you so much time in onboarding somebody to help you within your business. It also means that you can have templates. So if you have a set way of onboarding somebody, you have a set, reply to someone buying something from you, you have an automated sequence when someone is downloading a lead magnet from you, having that saved in one place so that you can go back and replicate that. If you're doing something new, you can go and tweak it. It makes it so much easier. So systems and processes is absolutely something that I would hugely recommend. It is a brilliant way of moving from that feeling of winging it to being in control of what's going on in your business as well. Saves a huge amount of time, especially in the long run, means that you can be super efficient with your time and you are less likely to head to burnout, which is, as I said, super important from my perspective, because we need you in your business. We need you in your zone of genius. Now, the second part is sales skills. Now, this is something that a lot of people shy away from. They get nervous when we start talking about sales. However, if you have spent a lot of time building your audience, growing that audience, engaging that audience, you need to convert them, because we don't have a business if we're not making sales. If you've got a business and you've got all of the things, but you're not actually bringing the sales in, then you've got a hobby. Now, that might sound a little bit harsh, but the reality is there, because we all need that money flow to be able to, you have your income and you be able to grow your business from an investment perspective to help more people. So sales skills is something that you need to practice, you need to hone, you need to have that skill that feels comfortable. Whether that is through direct messaging, whether that is getting on a call with people, whether that is in your copyright, through emails, sales is a skill and it absolutely can be practiced. And if you are feeling nervous about it, then find someone that you can practice. Maybe you've got a business buddy that you can practice with. And I would recommend doing this on a regular basis so that when you do have, calls with people, you're having conversations, you're not in that icky feel. And I know that lots of people feel uncomfortable having that sales conversation, especially when it comes to the conversion piece. So the more practice you can get in it, the more practice that you can feel comfortable with it. When you do get that real sales call, or you do have that, need to put a promotion out, you will feel much more comfortable in doing so. So really start practicing those sales skills. Strategy. Now, this is the third essential that you need to have. Again, it goes a little bit back to winging it. We don't want you in that phase. We want to make sure that you know what it is that you are doing, partly from a time efficient perspective, but also so that you have that ease, you have that flow, that you lose the overwhelm. Because if you know exactly what you're focusing on, you can be really intentional, not just with your time, but also your energy. So making sure that, and this starts right back from understanding your client's needs, like who is your ideal client? What do they actually want and need? What problem are you there to solve? And really thinking about that and reverse engineering that whatever it is that you're trying to sell, that you work backwards and you have a strategic way of working. Now, this all includes your content marketing. This includes how you're selling, when you're selling, really understanding that so that you're not in a scattergun approach. Really, really important. And so many people want to know how, right? And this is something that I work with a lot of people on, because we can do all the things, but actually you don't need to be doing all the things. It's about having intentional focus, really taking action on the things that actually do make a difference to you and your business and to the income that you're wanting to generate to hit that 6 figures. Now, one of the things as part of strategy is your messaging. And we need to talk to your audience. We need to talk to those dream clients who are going to be paying for your products and services. This is really, really important. Knowing how to talk to them, that not just nurtures them, but also converts them. Now, there's an amazing lady that I've been working with in my mastermind, and she has a hypnobirthing. She's a birth coach, and she thought she knew how to sell her products and services. And we started working together, and she won't mind me saying this because she shared it in a testimonial for me recently. She was having a slow year and wasn't quite sure why that wasn't working, because she thought she knew how to sell things. We got to work on her messaging, and this is something that I do right at the start with all of my clients. We get to work on the messaging, because if you can really hone that, you can get under the skin of your ideal client, talk directly to them, then you are going to make sales. And she's gone from having a quiet month, or a quiet year, should I say, to having her best ever month, to selling out in high ticket services and being fully booked now for the next couple of months. That is how quickly you can turn things around if you get your messaging on track. And this also helps you to grow and scale much more efficiently, because you move away from that hustle feel. You're talking to your audience and you are out there really speaking to them, that they are coming to you. So it's the classic case of attraction marketing, that people are coming to you and saying, how do I work with you? That message really resonated with me. I feel like you're in my head. How do you know this? And most people skip past this phase, but it is such a fundamental foundation to your business and your marketing strategy. Because if your audience aren't resonating with your message, then they're not going to connect with you. They're not going to have that emotional connection. So really understanding them, really getting under the skin of that messaging is so, so important. I cannot kind of underestimate this. I really want you to think about how you are talking to them. Putting content out there is great, but if there's no intentional strategy behind it and you're just putting something out for the sake of it, that is not going to connect with people. And I see this time and time again where people are like, I just need to put marketing content out there. I would much prefer you put less content out there that actually speaks to people, that is intentional and there is intention behind it, rather than just putting something out for the sake of it. Like, why is it that you're putting that post out there? Go back and ask yourself the so what question. Think about it from your ideal client's perspective. What is the point in this post? What is the point in this content? So yes, of course, you want to give value, but think about it from their side of things. What words are they using? And this might take a little bit of market research. This might, to have a bit of conversation with your audience, really getting under the skin of that, not just making assumptions about what you think they might want to hear. Okay, so the fourth essential that you need to have is the messaging piece, which, as I said, is really important. The fifth one is about you. Now, your mindset and your energetic capacity is just as important as the strategic part, the systems, the sales skills, the messaging. Your mindset and energetic capacity is absolutely key when it comes to growing and scaling your business. Now, I see so many people that push so hard for business results that they compromise themselves. I've had lots of conversations recently where people have felt burnt out towards the end of the year last year. They've come back going, right, I'm going to hit this year really hard, but they don't have the energetic capacity to do that. And that comes from working on yourself, your mindset every single day, because this then shows up in your content and it shows up on how you talk to your audience. It shows up in absolutely every way. I don't want you to be fully booked and then for you not to be able to deliver in the ways that I know you want to. So it is much better that you focus on you, that you understand what it is that you can do to show up in the best possible way. Now, this might include boundaries. This might include days or ways of working. This might include you setting yourself up in the best possible way every single day. Now, this isn't just about showing up in high vibe. This is about really understanding you, really understanding your body, really understanding your mindset as well. Like not looking at other people and seeing yourself as not as successful as them, like staying in your lane, really focusing on that growth mindset, looking at curveballs, looking at challenges as an opportunity to learn and getting support with that as well. So when we're thinking about mindset, when we're thinking about energetic capacity, like I was speaking to somebody the other day that has on the outside world has the most amazing business. She has a huge turnover, but actually behind the scenes, she is really burnt out and she doesn't have the energetic capacity to be able to grow and scale your business. Because the reality is once you get to six figures, then you start growing. You want to get to that next level, multi six figures, whatever that looks like for you. So we want to make sure that you have the energetic capacity to do that. Looking at your business model, looking at how you're working is really, really key. So we've started working together. We've started shifting things around for her. She is now working less hours, spending more time out of her business, but her profits are starting to grow. And this is where the sustainability comes in from a six-figure perspective. It's all well and good having a six-figure turnover, but what's the profit? What are you taking home? What does that actually look like for you? And this all comes into the capacity, the energetic capacity of you being available to step into that CEO level that allows you to grow and scale your business in the way that you want to. And as part of that, that's the support. So this is my sixth essential. You need to have support because you can't do everything on your own. And actually, neither should you be. And really getting intentional with that is so important. So looking at what that support looks like, whether that's within your business, whether that's in your family life, your personal life, there are so many different ways that you can get support. And, one of the first things that I invested in from my team perspective was getting a cleaner. And now you might think, well, how does that, support you from a business perspective? Well, it gives me more time back. Not only is it a business expense, so you can claim that back, but also it allows you to have that time. So as much as I'm okay cleaning, I can do it. Of course I can. But it gives me that energetic capacity to focus on the things that are important within my business. It frees up 3 to 4 hours a week that allows me to deliver to my clients. It allows me to do the things that grow my business. So thinking about that support, I know some people have, food deliveries. Some people have extra childcare. So as an example, my children now do 2 afternoons a week where they do wraparound care after school, because that gives me the energetic capacity to grow my business. I don't feel guilty for that. That's part of them understanding that I am working to provide for them and to do all the fun stuff that we can do. But it also, they have fun. Like they love spending extra time with their friends who are also in that wraparound care. I don't do that every day because that's important to me that I still spend that time with them after school. So there's some kind of personal examples of getting support. But from a business perspective, you might look at getting a VA or a tech support that saves you time. Like, think about where you are spending your time. A great activity to do is something called a time task analysis. Now, if you want access to that, drop me a message. I'll send you a brilliant spreadsheet that you can have that I will give you access to as a complete freebie that allows you to look at where you're spending your time and how you're spending it, the importance of that activity to your business. So just drop me a message with the words time task analysis, and I will know exactly what you mean. So there you have 6 essentials: your systems and processes, your sales skills, your strategy, your messaging, your mindset and energetic capacity, and the support systems that you have. Now, I'm going to be covering a lot more around this in a new workshop that I'm going to be running on the 6th of February. And it's all about scaling your business to a sustainable 6 figures. Because as I said right at the beginning, it's all well and good hitting 6 figures, but you don't want to get there feeling burnt out. You don't want to get there through an income roller coaster. We want to have that next level of business that allows you to grow and scale with joy, with ease. That's what it's all about. And you can do this in a really, really simple ways. This isn't about overwhelm. This is about keeping things super simple. And I'll be sharing all of my simple strategies on that workshop on the 6th of February. So you can find more details on sarahcookcoaching.com. Also, if you want that link directly, then drop me a message with the word workshop and I will get that across to you so that you can sign up for it. So I will leave you for today. I hope that has been useful. I would love your reviews on this. Feel free to share this episode with your friends as well, because it is super important that we get your businesses to the levels that you want to without the overwhelm, without the burnout, but using really simple strategies. So have a wonderful day and I will see you on the next episode. Take care for now. Thanks for listening to the Healthy Business Podcast. To get your free checklist with 1-minute hacks to accelerate your business and find out more about our community, head to my website, sarahcookmarketing.com/healthy business.